Drive sober or get pulled over. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. You've probably heard those PSA slogans aimed at preventing people from drinking and driving, and some say it's working. Over the last decade, operating while intoxicated, or OWI arrests, have gone down across Indiana and the United States. Well, 15 Finds Out discovered in Fort Wayne, drunk driving arrests are down even more, double the national average. Drinking and driving.
It can be a very expensive charge for a Friday night out.
That message now manifesting in a societal shift.
There's so much more awareness on this. It's being seen that it's no longer a socially acceptable crime.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving says people are also better at calling a cab or an Uber after a night out. That change in behavior is showing up in arrest records. Across the United States, OWI arrests are down 25% from 2006 to 2015. 15 Finds Out pulled the data, and Indiana saw a 36% drop in arrests. In Fort Wayne, OWI arrests went from nearly 1,800 in 2006 to 882 last year, a 50% drop, double the national average.
It is a big drop. It is a big drop, and I really don't know what to attribute, a 50% drop over the course of time is.
To have Fort Wayne have such a disparity, it seems like something else is happening here.
I think there might be something else, but I don't know that I can put a finger on it.
The numbers they speak, they tell a story. We're either doing something really, really well, or maybe we're not doing enough.
Defense attorneys Bart Arnold and Jeff Terrell say they've noticed a difference in their number of OWI clients.
I think years ago it would be difficult to meet somebody who didn't know somebody who had been arrested for operating while intoxicated. And now I don't think that's the case.
The Fort Wayne Police Department gets grant money from the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute for Operation Pullover Blitzes and extra DUI patrols. Funding for officers to work extra overtime shifts to find drunk drivers on Friday and Saturday nights has stayed the same over the last decade, $200,000 a year. But Lieutenant Tony Mays says getting officers to sign up can sometimes be difficult, and there are weekends when not all the spots are filled.
I don't think I have seen as many OWI enforcement patrols as I used to. When I read police reports, it'll indicate generally if they were on an OWI enforcement detail. And I just don't see that as often.
There was more of a presence. You saw more squad cars, and you leave a restaurant or a bar, and most likely you were going to see law enforcement. So I don't know if people feel that way now, that there is that presence.
Someone had told us that there was a time when you could almost pull out of the parking lot and immediately an officer was there.
Oh, yeah.
That's not happening now.
No, it's not. And I think the law has also put into effect, and rightfully so, the idea of you having a taillight out does not mean you're an impaired driver. So becoming a little more strict, if you would, as far as the probable cause that we need to have in order to pull somebody over.
They have to see them swerving, and they have to have evidence that would show them that they're driving impaired. They cannot legally or ethically pull somebody over that's leaving the bar. And I think that's also good news. That's a good indicator that you have ethical police officers in that community that aren't harassing citizens and individuals.
MADD's Indiana office says Fort Wayne's drastic decrease in DUI arrests is good news.
You guys have a really tough prosecutor's office who's really aggressive on prosecuting these crimes. They do a really good job, and people probably know that in your community, and I can guarantee if you go out to the bar scene or drinking, people talk and they say, you know what, you can't drive drunk here in Allen County because they will get you.
Prosecutor Karen Richards.
For a long period of time, we had more drunk driving arrests than anybody. I mean, we far surpassed Indianapolis or any place else, and I can't help but think that that had an effect.
An effect meaning fewer people are drinking and driving now?
I really think so. I think they're still drinking. I just don't think they're driving home.
So what's the story that these numbers tell you?
What it really does tell me, I think, is that we've been effective. We were so strong in enforcement for so long, and there were a lot of people that were social drinkers that didn't realize that they were over the limit, that got arrested, and I think we have changed those people's behavior.
Still, some worry the huge drop in arrests is not just because people in Fort Wayne are behaving better.
To be twice the national average and still not hearing a reason or some agency or agencies taking credit for why that's happening, it's surprising.
Is the police department lax on drunk driving arrests?
I don't think so. I would certainly hope not, but I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Lieutenant Mays told me he still plans to take a closer look at the department's DUI enforcement and make sure officers are not overlooking anyone driving drunk. And to help you have a safe ride home, don't forget the holiday cab program is still going on through Sunday. Just call this number, 426-1301, to get a free ride home. Cabs run from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. through January 1st.